Okay, right after the meeting, I'm thinking, how can I save steps? And I look over at this door and it's locked and I don't have the key. So now I have to walk. Let's see how far. Okay, 39 steps later. The improvement, let's see how many steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Much better. Since we could keep the shop so clean, I found this screw on the ground while I was doing that. Where does that go? Ah, a potential problem. Put that back in, so now I don't have to open and close the door to get it to shut, saving some more motion. And then look at that, the earplugs, they're just falling all over the place. Put a couple zip ties across, now those don't fall out, saving even more motion. If we just leave that cardboard flap, we don't need to put anything across the front and the earplugs don't fall out. Randy figured out that this process wasn't followed through with the earplugs, having a restock location and a Kanban card.
So this morning I'm going to follow this through and clean up the pickup area, the bottom boards, and the dunnage. Okay, there you go. Dunnage and bottom boards are cleaned up, a few orders are picked up, and the area is kind of reset to zero again.
So here's an example of one-piece flow. We've got 10 rafters to go in this section over here, but we're cutting one first and just making sure it fits.
So it's pretty wet out here and the cords have gotten saturated. I keep breaking the GFI on the plug-in over there. So I'm going to see if I can get these wrapped up with some garbage bags to prevent that. So I dried out the plug ends and wrapped them in paper towel, then wrapped a corner of garbage bag around them and tied them up. So now hopefully the GFI stops kicking and I can keep cutting.
Okay, so today I added a label for the staple tabs. I noticed that there wasn't one when I was over here restocking, so we've got an extra box in the back there. And I've been meaning to get to it and I just haven't for a long time. I adjusted the Kanban card. This is an item that has a minimum order quantity on it. So I had to make some changes and we're gonna pull the card when we have one box left and the minimum order quantity is now 2 boxes. So I followed that through, finally got to it, and added a label. Awesome. Oh, what do we have here?
Fucking gopher hole.
We got a little gopher hole. I can fix that with a 2-second improvement.
Let's fix it. So we got this hump of dirt here right beside this gopher hole that I just fell in. So Stu's gonna fix what bugs us. Look at that. So we've got these keys here. We've got 2 locks on the back cabinets, but we never know which key is for which lock, so I'm gonna straighten that out now. So there we go. I painted a black stripe on the keys and a black stripe on the lock, so now we know which one's which. It's a good thing I brought my black nail polish with me, so we could do that.
So we have all these filing cabinets holding up this slab as a table for us, but all of these are empty, collecting dust and other rodent stuff. So we are going to get rid of them and put in a couple legs and make it all nice and tidy, and it'll be easier to clean the floor as well. So we've got all the filing cabinets out. We've left one to keep our stuff that we need for packaging and everything, but it'll be a lot easier to keep that floor clean now.
So we cleaned up the C-can. It was gross underneath there, and we had a couple of these wall 2x4s that were really loose, so we screwed them from the back side of the C-can in so they're no longer move, so it's solid. And we did it to the other one so we could screw this to it, and it's all solid now. We're all good. Okay, so I fixed something that bugged me today. I have these 4 bolts that mount this motor for my debarker. I cannot get the proper size threaded bolts that are hex head for wrenches. They only come in Allen key and screwdriver, and I cannot get a screwdriver in there to tighten it when the wheel or when the motor's on and the belt is on. So I had to, and I had two that were broken, which were this side. So I had to re-drill them out, which I did, and I re-tapped them to the proper size for our bolts that we can get to fit them. So now they thread in nicely, and I hopefully won't have a problem with taking it on and off anymore to replace the shear pin in this shaft that always breaks.
Todd's paper was getting wet, so he made a little shelter over it. We didn't need to go get something fancy. Nicely done.
Got the foam out. I think it's time. Okay, I've been going at this for a few days. That one's looking good. That one's looking good. This one's probably just gonna stay its socket set, clean it out. I'll add some labels soon, and I think I'll be almost done.
I've started making a video for the actual standard of work on how to clean the bathroom. That way we're all being held to the same standard. I thought our bathroom was really dialed in, and we've been doing lean for 6 months, but in that 6 months I've learned so much. I can really see the power of the continuous improvement. In my updated standard of work for the bathroom, I've added in the hand dryer filter to be checked once a month for whoever's cleaning the bathroom at the start of the month. I put an Allen key right where we need it with some Velcro. Super dialed in. Before we would have had to walk downstairs, look through this bin, either carry it upstairs, try to find that right Allen key. Now, even if we had to do that, it's easy to find, but we're so dialed in, it takes us now 2 seconds to take down that Allen key we need. More time to add value right to the customer.
So part of today's 3S is this random dunnage pile behind the boardroom area. It really, that's not its home, so let's just take care of that. Alright, so now the random dunnage pile and that piece of metal have been disposed of and dealt with, and it looks so much nicer.
So the garbage can is pretty full, and it looks like the crows have been pulling it all apart and pulling stuff out, so I'm going to clean that up. Alright, got all that cleaned up and back in the bin. Hopefully the crows don't rip it all apart again.